Mechanics of shutter. So shutter, we have to talk about this because it's one of those things that if you're in a photography course, of course you're going to talk about shutter. But I like to show firsthand the mechanical side of things so you understand what's going on when you click the magical button at the very top of this one. So don't ever do this, by the way, unless you know what you're doing, and yeah, don't ever do that. That's what this video is all about. So a shutter, you can think of shutter is the human eye has an eyelid. We look at something, and at one point we're going to have to blink and then take in the information, or our eyes will dry out. Okay, the experiencing of eye dry out is, for me, overexposure. I can stare at something for a very long time, and then all of a sudden, ow, it's starting to hurt. Another thing is maybe if you think about staring at the sun for a couple of seconds, you can't do that. You'll have to blink or wince of some way. There's no wincing. There's either on or off. Blink or no blink. When we're talking about wincing, we're talking about something else. We're talking about aperture. For right now, we're talking about the mechanical shutter speed. So it's either on or off, open, close. That's it. So what happens is when the shutter is open, this little mirror dips up and takes in information. And when it's closed, it goes like that. So that being said, the time it takes for the shutter to open and close can be timed. We can have, just as humans, blink or close our eyes at bed, and we'll remain our eyes shut until we fully awake. Same with the camera. I can hold this open exponentially until I want it to close. Meanwhile, the whole entire time that it's open, it can calculate for a great deal of things. Light, color, but mainly light. Okay. So on a digital camera, there's not much to it. That's it. After that, we're talking about the processing of information, and the processing of information is another story altogether. That's ISO. When it's processing, we can change the ISO to be faster or slower, and if it's faster, the camera sort of makes mistakes. If it's slower, camera makes no mistakes. We'll look at ISO and how it affects, but for right now, this is shutter and how it works. Open, close, on and off, at whatever interval. That's how it works.